guys, what's up? We are That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we are back to do another fun review for you guys today, VHS 99.
Oh, damn. Talk about a new VHS movie. I love this series, and they're back doing it again.
Yeah, so get out your VCRs and pop that tape in. Let's get right to it.
VCRs, get out your... Let's watch some TRL with Carson Daly. See some boy bands and some rap metal.
Yeah, let's watch some Double Dare.
Yeah, put on our ball chain necklaces and our Janko jeans and, you know...
Let's get to it.
Use words like fat. P-H-A-T.
You guys are the bomb. Do people say that in the 90s? You're the bomb?
You don't know your 90s.
I was little in the 90s.
I was a teenager and Kate was like, I was in kindergarten, okay?
Oh, yeah. It's us.
And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe. Witness a hellish vision of 1999 as social isolation, analog technology, and disturbing home videos fuse into a nightmare of found footage savagery. Directed by Flying Lotus, Maggie Levin, Tyler McIntyre, Joanna S. Roberts, Joseph Winter, and Vanessa Winter. Now, this is an anthology movie, so there are 5 different stories. So we're just going to go through each of them, explain the synopsis, and let you guys know what we liked about each of them.
Exactly, and overall, I thought they captured the late 90s so well.
Oh, very well, yeah.
Being somebody that grew up in the 90s and, like, you know, I'm still living in the 90s somewhat, and it really, like, brought me back to, like, being young, my childhood, and I thought they captured that vibe so well in each story, and it was enjoyable for me.
No, yeah, I agree. I enjoyed it.
Everything from the style of the clothes to the music to like just the vibe and like the way everything was shot on video back then with like camcorders. It gave me that feeling before cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, before social media even, really.
Our first anthology was called Shredding. Focuses on a band who makes stupid videos and wants to make a video where this other band died in a fire. We see this band, they're like one of those 90s, like...
It's Sammy Kerr?
Yeah, kind of like that, like this weird band, and they go and they want to like desecrate and like be very disrespectful at this old rundown bar. Nobody goes there anymore because this other band was actually died getting trampled in a fire there. And they wanted to go there and like they wanted to, you know, make a video of them singing, and they were saying some really awful things about the dead. Like these girls were dead.
It was cool though, because you know, like I used to go to local shows all the time, like the music scene in the 90s, and it was cool to see like that style of music and like just the local rock show vibe or the punk show vibe. I was a punk rock kid growing up, so like it was cool to see that. And like yeah, I definitely dug that story for sure.
No, I liked it. I didn't like any of the alive band members. I just thought they were kind of assholes. Like, what was the point of them trying to be so disrespectful to people that had died in a horrific way? I thought that was horrible. So I kind of think they got kind of what was coming to them.
Well, it was almost like they heard like the town legend and they wanted to go see it
for themselves. Yeah. But they were being very disrespectful.
They were trying to shoot like a cool music video or something, right?
Yeah, but they were being very disrespectful about it.
I also like how when they were shooting it though, it was very grainy and it was very like the staticky.
Yeah,
it reminded me of like, you know, the old camcorder movies. You know, like when you were trying to film Jackass, or you were trying to film like a skateboarding video when you were like a 90s kid. And like it captured that very well. Or like, you know, like when you were trying to like download porn and like it took forever, and like, you know, AOL just gave you that how like So yeah, but the band came back zombie style to attack.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
It was very like Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead style. Very cool.
Yeah, no, and I love the the practical effects they used on them. It looked really icky, gritty, dirty. Like, it was really cool though.
It was 90s.
Our next anthology was called Suicide Bid. A girl partakes in a claustrophobic hazing ritual for a sorority that soon unleashes the supernatural. So first off, I have to say, I really hated all of the bitchy sorority girls in this segment.
This story was nuts, though.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to convince me to get in a coffin. I'm sorry.
I think this was the scariest one.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was very scary.
It's like one of the scariest ones. Out of all 5 stories.
Yeah.
I mean, because what did she have to do? To get into the sorority, she had to go in an underground coffin all night.
Yeah.
it was from her point of view, Blair Witch style, dude.
Yeah, and they were like burying her, legit burying her in a coffin underground. You could not, I don't care what sorority it is, I would never do that.
Dude, what the fuck? So what?
I don't know.
So you can hang out in their treehouse?
I don't know.
What's the point of this?
The whole premise was like, that was just really out there and crazy. But while she's in the coffin, like these creepy, crazy things start happening to her. She opens up the box that one of the girls gave her, and she said, when you're freaked out, open this up, and all these spiders come crawling out. If you talk about, like, this was probably one of my worst fears, like being buried underground, having spiders crawl over you.
Yeah.
I would have probably wanted to murder every single one of those girls.
Oh yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten the box.
No, I wouldn't have either.
I would have been like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I'm starting my own fraternity.
Yeah.
That's what I did with this channel. I just started my own because nobody else wanted to work with me. Everybody's like, you suck, Rob. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not getting in the box. I'm starting my own channel, Dave.
So basically, we just really liked the claustrophobic feeling of this segment. And I really also loved the ending where the bitchy girls got theirs and they all died in the same predicament as the other girl. They were buried alive and they were eaten basically by a demon. So that was pretty cool.
And they showed the demon.
Yeah, they showed the demon. It's very creepy.
It was pretty whack.
Yeah, I thought it was creepy. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but creepy at the same time.
No,
I don't know.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fun to see.
No, but it was a cool segment. Our Aussie's Dungeon segment.
The game show.
Yeah, a sleazy TV show host is forced to endure a brutal obstacle gauntlet inspired by his own show, which caused the permanent disfigurement of a former contestant.
This totally took me back to like 90s game shows for sure.
Yeah.
And they were always on like after I got home from school and like I'd watch like Double Dare or I'd watch
what was it, Legend of the Temple of Doom or Temple of the Legend of Doom, something like that. It was something like that was similar to this
or those
on Nickelodeon.
The Nickelodeon shows where the kids got green slime all over.
Yeah, they got slime.
It was similar to that, and they captured that pretty well. But they did it over the top, where it was kind of like humorous. Where they're like, "Well,
her like
what do we have for her, Johnny?"
Anthology, like the contestant, like her leg snaps in half. It's horrible and it's very brutal. And the practical effects they use in this scene, they're very well done because it looks very, very realistic, and it makes you cringe when you see it. You're like, oh God, like and the part when it cuts to the family is actually taken hostage, the game show host, because the mother blames him for the disfigurement of her daughter.
Well, this is years later too.
Yeah,
I think the girl was like grown up, so it was like years later because the game show host was older. Mm-hmm. So now what I liked is when they took him hostage, they had him like in their basement,
like making him do an obstacle course.
They saw-tracked his ass, basically, and they're like, go through our obstacle course now.
Yeah.
And they have some like fucked up version of a game show.
It was really gross. I didn't. This segment kind of made my stomach turn a little bit.
I liked
it.
They
made him crawl through actual like feces and stuff. It was really gross. I was like, ugh, like I didn't really like that part, but
I don't remember that. That really happened?
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
Shit.
But but I thought it was a really cool segment though. The practical effects were great. I love the story. And it ends kind of crazy. So yeah, this one was pretty demented, but also fun at the same time.
Yeah, and it kind of showed you like, you know, those cheesy game shows, what happens behind the scenes, supposedly, like, you know, I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Our next installment is titled The Gawkers. Voyeuristic teenagers unearth the horrifying truth behind the girl next door.
This one totally hit home for me because
because you were a horny teenager in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a horny adult now. Not much have changed, except now I know what a naked lady looks like and I have less zits. But, but like this totally, like, they had the old school computers that, like, I remember, like, it wasn't like it is now where, like, porn is basically built into your phone. Mm-hmm. I remember that, like, if you had to, like, get porn on your computer, it took, like, a while to download. Mm-hmm. You had to, like, delete your browsing history, all this stuff to make sure your parents wouldn't find it. And my mom always found it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, my mom was like, naked sluts, Robert? And then there was my dad. He's like, well, teach me how to get to this stuff. You know? No, but
this story was really fun. Like, but also really creepy at the same time. Like, these boys are being very, like, the one older brother is
well, no, they had, like, fucking, like, a Baywatch girl moving next door.
Yeah,
basically.
she's a beautiful, like, she was a beautiful young woman, and she asked the younger brother to help her set up her computer, and the older brother says, listen, you got to put a bug in her computer, that way we can see her on her webcam when she's like on her computer. And she's undressing and they get all excited, but then she starts to take off her skin. Oh. She turns into like a Medusa, and she realizes that they're watching her, and that's basically the end for them.
She had fucking snakes coming out of her head. It was
wild, she turned them all to stone, which was really crazy, like a really crazy consequence for their actions. But hey, I guess they were, wrong, and they were wrong in trying to spy on her naked. So I guess,
in fairness, there was no OnlyFans back then.
Yeah, so there you go.
You had to like install spyware. No, it was still wrong.
No, it was wrong.
It was wrong.
The Hell and Back is the final installment in the anthology movie. So 2 filmmakers asked to document a summoning ritual on the eve of Y2K are accidentally transported to a hellish dimension where a tormented soul guides them in escaping its demonic inhabitants. This was my favorite one of the movie, actually.
It's definitely the wackiest, I think.
I love the whole, like, these two guys are transported to like a hell dimension, and it looks like it could be a hell dimension. It was very terrifying for me. I was like, wow, this looks like you.
Were they doing a summons beforehand?
Yeah,
on like
they
New
were.
Year's Eve?
The 2 guys weren't. They were filming the demonic summoning of this like cult, but then they got sucked into the dimension of hell. So they were trying to get back to where they came from.
I remember like 99. The New Year's Eve of that year, everybody was afraid that like the computers would shut down when the ball dropped there, because I remember everybody was like, stay off the internet, stay off the internet. So everybody was afraid like, something might happen crazy when like we hit the year 2000, and I don't know, but I remember that fear was real. So this story kind of took you into like what if something fucked up did happen, It was kind of based on like real people's fears back then, actually.
Yeah, so. which was really cool, and I just love like we get to meet this like demonic figure who's like, she's like really creepy, but she's also pretty nice to them. She's like, listen, I'll help you get out of here. You just got to take me with you or whatever. And they're like, okay, so that they follow
like,
her.
Running through like a desert of like.
It looks like a hell. Like they did this cinematography in this is very, very well done. It looks very creepy, very scary, very believable to be a dimension of hell. So that's what I really enjoyed about it. Dude. Yeah, it's very, very scary. And our little demon friend that we meet, she's like she looks like she could be like a demon. She's very creepy, but she's also, there's something about her that was just likable. I don't know. I guess the fact that she's willing to help them, I don't know. but yeah, this was my favorite segment of the entire movie. I thought it was very creepy, very well done, and yeah, it was
definitely
good.
One of the stories that can go anywhere, because the story was just so out there that like, there were no rules with this last story.
As for final thoughts of the film, I really enjoyed this VHS 99 anthology. I would have to give this film a 7 out of 10. I would definitely watch it again, and I look forward to the next installment in the series.
Yeah, and I they made one recently, and I hear there's another one in the works. Yeah. So I look forward to this style of horror, man. I love anthologies, how because it is like 5 movies in one, and they're quick stories, so
they go very quick.
They mix it up. You don't get bored. It's entertaining all the way through.
Yeah.
And my final thought was, it was a good time. It was fun. I like how each story was different, but at the same time, how they all tied in together with the same year. Yeah. And they kind of all had that late 90s feeling. Yes. I enjoyed that a lot. Definitely worth a watch. I agree. It's a 7 for me too.
7, good. Okay.
I think I enjoyed this.
Great.
So it's a 7 out of 10.
Perfect. So if you guys have seen VHS 99, please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on the film. Did you like it? Did you not? Like this video, hit the bell, subscribe to our channel for more awesome horror content and reviews. Once again, I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.